Welcome to beautiful Yosemite, California. Mom and Dad went here on their honeymoon back in the 80s. Yeah.
Take my hand, we're gonna go to Central Park as friends. Lie under blue skies, sunshine, a bottle of wine. Talk about our daydreams, hey it seems we're kind of alike. Wave our hands at every single airplane in the sky. Under blue skies, sunshine, a bottle of wine. Talk about our daydreams, hey it seems we're crossing the line.
Welcome to beautiful Yosemite, California. Welcome to my video. This is one day in Yosemite. Unfortunately, we only have one day. I would recommend staying here for more than one day if you can, but this is all we have because we're in town for a wedding. I'm going to show you some of the highlights of Yosemite if you're short on time. Starting with the tunnel view. I'm off to the side right now so I can chat with you, but we're going to show you some of the most amazing views. Let's go check it out. And we're with Mom and Dad. Oh, Dad's back there. There he is.
Hi, Mom.
Ben had to stay back, so it's just us. Miss Ben, he's working. Well, today's Sunday, but he works tomorrow, so he's flown. Yeah, anyways, it's a whole thing. Actually, he didn't even come to the trip. He was meant to, but we had a bunch of flooding. I'll tell you about that later. Let's go look at the view. That's Half Dome right over there behind me. So that is tunnel view, one of the most famous views after, you guessed it, a tunnel that's dug through the mountain. Now we're gonna go check out Bridal Veil Falls, just a short waterfall because we are here in May. So there's a lot of rain previously, the snow melting. So there's a lot of beautiful waterfalls. And then we actually have a tour of the tunnel floor, or sorry, the valley floor, I should say. 2 hours we paid for it just so we could all enjoy it. On top of that, I use Guide Along, which is a favorite app of mine. I've talked about it in my past trips. I love it. It's a great tour guide app. I'll put a link in the bio and the description. So highly recommend. We got Guide Along for this one too.
No lives were lost during the construction of the tunnel. The tunnel is such fun, but it's what comes up immediately as we exit the tunnel that I want to tell you about. This is one of the must-stop viewpoints, and it's called Tunnel View. It is by far one of the best views of the valley and
Girl, you're so bad for me. Let's go to Central Park, you'll break my heart. Girl, you're so bad for me.
I looked at it. It's bad. So we are in the Yosemite Valley floor. Right over here is El Capitan. You can actually see a climber up there. I got a picture with my phone. This camera doesn't do great for zoom. We're on a tour. It's 2 hours and it's just the valley floor. There is a full day tour, but you guys, I'm never late. We were almost late because we decided to take the free shuttle and park elsewhere, thinking that it's a 20-minute walk. Surely the shuttle will be 5 minutes. No, the shuttle was 30 minutes. So we were actually almost missed it. Somehow made it on the bus. I'm like sweating. This literally has just happened. Anyways, we're gonna try. I hate being late. I hate being late. It makes me so anxious. We're gonna try and enjoy this. Let's enjoy the views of El Capitan. See if you can spot the climber. It might be a little bit hard from your view.
I wanna grow, looking for a way to change my life. I gotta break it, I wanna
how's our tour? How's Yosemite?
It's fabulous. Beating all expectations, and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
And Mom and Dad went here on their honeymoon back in the 80s.
Yeah, 1988 we were here, end of October. And it's as beautiful as it is today.
Okay, I'll see you. We're going to get lunch at the Ahwahnee Hotel, which is a very famous hotel, and we're going to get lunch there. And then maybe just kind of go explore. There's Ansel Adams photograph gallery. We might check that out. Maybe some visitor centers, but otherwise, yeah, take it easy.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Excuse me while I interrupt this Yosemite video. I want to give you a major life update. I don't even know how to begin, so I'm just going to say it. My house is flooded. I know I just did a big life update in my last video, so, you know, don't mind me. Here's another one, but it just is so crazy. My house flooded. Hold on, I'm going to show you a video of, trigger warning, I am fully crying in it because I was in shock. So this is our basement. As you can see, I had a bunch of books stacked here. This feels like it's like marshmallow. There's Ben's computer. We're going through stuff to downsize, but obviously like some of it's junk, but not all of it's junk. Like we were working on it and it was all over the floor. All of it's ruined. It's junk now, that's for sure. Yeah, awesome. So I'm actually taking this video in California at the moment, hence why we're in Yosemite. We're actually here for a family wedding. I'm like about to go to this wedding. And your first question, your first thought might be like, Katie, why the heck would you go to California and go to this wedding when your house is flooded? By the way, my house is flooded not once, but twice. Milwaukee had historic flooding for like 5 days in a row, multiple tornadoes. So the first flood, which was maybe like 4 inches deep, which is what you saw in the video, that was about 2 days ago. And then apparently last night, as in we arrived in California yesterday, so overnight while we're gone, it flooded again. So yeah, you're probably like, why the heck are you there when your house is flooding? And that's a great question. And it's basically because of 2 reasons. Number one, I wasn't thinking straight. I don't think I was thinking straight. I was so in shock at what happened. I mean, I was like crying and then I just like got to work. I packed for this trip. I just threw stuff in a bag while it was like actively flooding. So I was just like, oh yeah, of course I'm going. Because I don't think I like sat and thought about it because it happened so soon. I will tell you the flooding was like this steep the first time. So we got all of that water out. Obviously it's like very much still wet. It's just like, it's not like a puddle anymore. So once we got that out, I was like, well, there's nothing else we can do. Like we have the dehumidifiers running. We sucked out all the water we can. So of course we'll go. And my husband stayed behind. So it's not like the house is completely by its own, but I'm here with my family. He was supposed to come, but he stayed behind. So I was like, it's fine. Still so stupid. I just literally was not thinking. I don't know. I so regret coming. Not because I'm not excited for the wedding. I am, but like, what the heck? And then I guess the second reason is kind of what I just said. My thinking was like, well, what else could possibly happen? It's already flooded. It's not like it can be double flooded. But yes, as it turns out, it can be double flooded. I mean, yes, a second flood was always a possibility. But what I didn't consider is like after we sucked up all the water, like, I don't know, mold and stuff. Again, not a whole lot we can do. I guess that's still true. But yeah, pretty crazy. So I don't really know what's next, if I'm being honest with you. I feel like a big old loser. And that's because I just had a big job interview not that long ago. Not just one interview, like several interviews. I was about 4 interviews deep and I lost it to an internal candidate. Whatever, these things happen. But that happened and then this flood happened. And for some reason, both of those happening in tandem, I just feel like a big old loser right now. Yeah, not great. As far as our house goes, as you saw from the basement, it's very like 90s vibes. It was my parents, my parents decorated it in the 90s and it hasn't been renovated since. So that's not the end of the world. We were going to renovate anyways. It's just, it's a basement. Like it was not our priority. But I guess it is now. I mean, I think we're going to have to tear out all the carpeting. Not I think, I mean, that's a given. But I also think we're going to have to tear out some walls because like the drywall sucks up water. Also, another reason I feel so stupid, we didn't have anything in preparation. Like you can have sump pumps, they're called sump pumps. I'm not amazing at this homeowner stuff. And also water transfer pumps. We didn't have anything like that. I do now. I do now. Let me tell you, we are prepared for the next one. But yeah, that's my big life update. Anyways, let's get back to Yosemite, right? Because that's more interesting.
Is there someone else beside sat behind and let you down? Or have you figured out how to sleep all by yourself? I knew you always liked to have someone around, and I can't let a good thing, I can't let a good thing, I can't let a good thing like how you feel now, 'cause it's hard in your face, you won't reach out to me. And the world
There is one part in Yosemite, which we're not going to, called Glacier Point, and it's a cannot miss viewpoint apparently. I don't know, I've never been. However, it's closed because the road goes through Alpine, so there's a ton of snow. It's closed until next week, so that would be May, basically. It's closed until May and open from May to maybe September, so sadly we'll have to miss it. But if you can, it's a must-see, apparently.
I can't let a good thing, I can't let a good thing, I can't let a good thing.
I just think the National Park System, the National Park Service does such a good job. We are in an Indian village, which were the Ahwahnee people, don't quote me on that, potentially the Yosemite people. I'm not 100% sure of the tribes off the top of my head, but this is showing how the tribes here lived. Obviously, some very dark stuff happened, as you would expect with our very dark history, but I really appreciate what the National Parks System does here, and they just do such a good job of educating, because behind me we have, behind the trees I should say, we have El Cap and all these glorious mountains, but it's not just that, it's amazing museums and history, and I don't know, it's just so wonderful. If you saw my Grand Teton video, I'll link it as well, I'll put it here. I highly recommend. They do a section called like Miner's Ferry, I believe it's called, and it's all about like the Mormon pioneers, because a lot of Mormons moved there, and it was one of my favorite parts of the Grand Teton National Park, and I was so shocked because we kind of just like popped in and didn't expect anything. I feel like this is a sleeper hit as well. We're the only ones here, mind you. No one is here, so I don't think a lot of people know about it, or they're certainly not spending time here, which is fair, I suppose, when you're surrounded by amazing waterfalls and stuff, but I'm glad we've stopped.
The secrets we tell each other, they come out one at a time as they fall.
3 days. Why is he not here? Is that? Oh, we had a wedding yesterday. Yeah.
That'd be a reason.
Yeah.
You're right. When we know
He's coming.
the strength inside will match the strength we
He's looking at his
feel.
phone.
But it's
This is a
hard
hike.
to face the face.
We're on a hike. Focus on the nature.
Staring back. But there's nothing
fairy
to
gliding
be ashamed of. We're just being what we're made of, and it comes out in the quiet between the times we speak, between the times we think we know we're right, between the times we
I hope you enjoyed those beautiful clips of Mariposa Grove, as well as this video. And if you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you can catch the next one. Maybe I'll have another flood, maybe some travels, who knows. I'm gonna end this video here on the Mariposa Grove hike, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to check the description for all links and videos I've mentioned previously in this video. And again, hopefully see you soon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and bye-bye. See you in the next one. Bye.